First of all, I welcome everybody. All panelists have already joined, and this is me, Jitendra Narayan, and I'm moderator for today. Will be, the topic of this webinar is franchising. So, what we are trying to do is we want to understand first of all the impacts and after post COVID, what is going to happen for the existing businesses and people who have thought to come into business, or they wanted to start a business, or maybe they were doing very well in their jobs, but now because of this certain thing which has come across, so they are now looking forward to come into business, or looking for some opportunities. So first of all, I would give some brief of our Sigma Summit. Sigma Summit is one of the leading organization of organizing international national summits. And now we have taken an initiative to come into webinars for understanding the micro level problems. So for the today session, I first of all welcome all the panelists. I'll start from Gaurav sir. Gaurav Kapoor, uh, he's into NSDC, and he's very much pillar in the NSDC, and he's taking care of the state engagements as well as he's also taking care of the CSR. And I'll give a brief of it only, and later on I request all the panelists should give their brief introduction, so that accordingly the participant of today's or attendees can ask questions accordingly. So Vivek Raman, Mr. Vivek is founder of Rigrob, and he's from IIM, and he has been able to make this venture at a big level, and he's also a mentor for few organizations. And Mr. S.K. Gautam, he is a agri man. People in the industry have recognized him as a starting from operation to sales. He is into agri businesses, and he is also alumni of few leading organizations like IIM and IIT. And Mr. Ashish Kaushik, our panelist for today, he is from IIM, and he is also a co-founder of Rigrob, and also he is into various other programs, like they have taken an initiative in education, online educations, where they're harnessing skills of entrepreneurs. So today, let's start with few questions. I would like to shoot generic questions to everybody, that how new sectors are going to be affect as old business are not working till now, and post pandemic what you all people are so any panelist can take these questions one by one, and then we can have a conclusion of that, and then later on the specific questions for the specific expert will going to come. So I'll start with the Gaurav sir. Gaurav sir, can you throw some light on it? How this existing business going to work, and the new sectors can be arise in after this post-pandemic?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Gaurav Kapoor, and Jitendra just introduced me. I'm working with the National Skill Development Corporation, and I'm looking at sector skill councils. So I work with 37 sector skill councils, and I've been taking feedback from the industry directly. What has come as a common platform is that a lot of things will undergo a complete change in its delivery. So the services which we were well accustomed to going and getting the services would start going online. So digital is the next big thing which is going to be accepted. In the past, we have seen post demonetization how the e-wallets and the online payment mechanisms became so popular. And in this scenario, also currently we are seeing most of the schools have gone completely digital. We can see our kids having studying from home through the delivery mechanism, the digital delivery mechanism. Even the other services are completely becoming digital. Like I'm seeing a lot of demand for real estate, for things which we order are completely going online. So this is something which is the pillar, which is the changing form of what's happening today. So over to you, Jitendra.
Gaurav sir, just addition to it, I mean, what do you feel that government is taking initiative in skills now? Because the whole scenario has changed, budgets has been shrink. So, what do you feel? Because skilling is one of the, even the government of India, even the state governments are, taking a lot of initiatives before this post-pandemic. So what is the next big take which is coming, and where people can look for the career also, or maybe the industry can also join this skill and upskilling
Yeah.
thing.
See, what is currently happening from the government side is one, the government is currently burdened with a lot of migration which is happening, domestic
Yeah.
migration. Domestic migration is actually going to displace all the jobs in this country. So the people who were working in a sector here in cities and towns have now moved back to the villages. Now they need to be reskilled to look at the rural economy job roles. So there's a
Okay.
huge thing which is pending there. Also, the vacancies which have arisen in the cities and the urban centers because of these people moving out would now be filled with people who are within, at least for next 1 year, it looks like the people within 50 to 100-kilometer radius are the ones who will come and take up these jobs. So there's a lot of alternate skilling, reskilling required for people to fulfill these. On the other side, the government is also going very aggressive on the digital. We have actually from the government of India side started the eSkill India portal, where courses can be taken digitally. Also on the government scheme side, the government has been thinking of doing digital skilling and also assessments in a digital format, remote format, which can be the next big thing. So these are the things which we are looking at. Our basic what do you say, a disadvantage in skilling vocational education is that a lot of things need to be done with hands. So the practical aspect of it still would need a bit of on ground, on job kind of training. But most of the things which can be digitized are going towards the digital thing. So
So
a blended learning approach
okay.
is arising.
Okay. So you mean to say that the next 1 year is going to be challenging, and you're thinking of that 1 year thing, and then later on things will be stabilized. So I wish that 1 year will definitely come up. So I'll be coming back to you, sir.
Sure.
I'll now going to ask Mr. S.K. Gautam the same question, that how do you see this Indian economy is going to impact with this post COVID? Gautam, sir. I think, sir, you have unmute. You need to unmute.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So,
I rephrase again my question. How do you feel this Indian economy after this COVID? Uh, Post COVID, in your agriculture
Mr.
sector, which is the
Gaurav,
prime sector.
Mr. Gaurav Kapoor has said very much rightly, and he has not. I cannot say the assumption, but he is right on the path that the digitization of the whole industry is highly important in the upcoming scenario of pandemic or after lockdown. I can say very much clearly. Yes, there are some industries going to grow like role of the agriculture and food is increasing in the GDP. That was recently I was reading some data in the Times of India or Economics Times. I don't remember, but it is quite increased even after before COVID and in the current scenario. And digitization is highly important, whether it is agriculture or education or real estate or whatsoever you can say. So I very much agree with Mr. Gaurav Kapoor that yes, and scenario of skilling is going to be changed because this whole migration. I am again agree with him. It's a whole urban or labor force has been moved back to the village. So they should be skilled as per the local requirement of the work or they should be skilled in that way. And it is not possible to go in that way. They can be given the physical training or this virtual training is also important in that way. The artificial intelligence IT role is going to increase in all the sectors, and businesses may grow in this sector also. And rest one is the agriculture and food. This is the most important industry in the whole, not in India, even in the whole world, because everyone has realized it very well that food is very much important, whether something whether you buy a car, whether you have a 10 number of real estate properties, whatsoever. But food is the utmost important for the human being as well as for the animal kingdom. So, but recently, what I'm seeing, the role of digitization, or you can say artificial intelligence or IT or app, it is they are going to play a good role in this whole segment.
Okay.
Recently, I came up with the so that was my point.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Gautam sir. We'll be coming back to you again. Now, I would like to rephrase the same question with Mr. Ashish Kaushik. He's into various, mentorship programs, and he's taking care of, few companies also. And he's also a co-founder with Divicrop. Uh, Good morning, Ashish ji. And I would like to rephrase again this post-pandemic. We'll be taking these questions to every panelist, and then later on we'll be talking of the industry as well as the solutions which can be, So, what is your view on that, Ashish ji? Ji.
Hi all, I am Ashish. Jitendra has already uh, given a brief and beautiful introduction of myself, and I welcome all entrepreneurs who are thinking of starting their own business in this crisis time. And I would like to say best of luck to all people. In the history of mankind, we have seen lot of crises like this, bigger than Corona pandemic, and economies have always come back stronger. There are a lot many instances of it. We saw the latest recession in 2008, and the economies came back much stronger, much better than the way before. But the businesses had changed. So, if you take example of Corona pandemic has also impacted economies. We all are suffering to different extents. Many businesses are finding it difficult to survive. But I would say, as I told before, that economies have survived, economies have come back stronger, but it requires innovation on everybody's part, country's part, organization part, individual's part, innovation to make new kind of business models. We
Okay.
need we need to build talented, cohesive teams that can execute faster and learn fast. The Gaurav sir and Gautam sir talked about digitization. Yes, digitization is the biggest priority and one of the biggest disruptive trends which we are seeing. So we need a good, talented, and cohesive team that can learn these changes much faster than before and execute faster. To
You mean
grow
to say,
again, we
just I'm interrupting in between. You have said a very important part, which is innovation. So now, in our this conference, also a lot of people have come from a different industry. So, what do you mean by that innovations? Does they have to, come up with a new vertical in their own business, or they have to diversify their business to some, to mitigate the risk or what? Just, I mean,
yes,
addition to your this thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
very pertinent question, Jitendra. I think we need leaders at all levels who can reimagine the organization.
Okay.
That is my point of innovation. Who can reimagine the organization, businesses, and new kind of operations. This can be new verticals. This can be new kind of operation technology, a new marketing thing, new way of managing finances. But we have to reimagine the organization, businesses to thrive in this new economy,
Okay.
and we have to identify new revenue opportunities, and we should be ready for faster road to profits because as the economies are facing the pinches, new disruption is coming up, so businesses shelf life is getting shorter. We